This is what Big Teflon doesn't want you to know. This is a get to know me Q&A. Been requested. I got a lot of questions here written out. We'll be talking about things of who taught you how to cook, where did this passion for stainless steel start, are you single, do you have kids, when did you start making content, that kind of stuff. So we're going to get into it right now. This looks like it needs to actually get a little bit of tomato paste on it, just to brighten that back up. Stay tuned because this is the Q&A Big Teflon doesn't want you knowing. And if we don't get to all of them, we can do it in another one if you guys are interested. This is for my close to 2 million subscribers on all platforms. If you just like the cooking content and don't really care, you don't have to stay, but let's get into it. What do you do with the food that you cook? I eat it. I basically film everything I eat. I don't throw it out. I would never waste food. Every meal you see made, I'm just basically filming and documenting what I cook. Sometimes it's for family, sometimes it's for friends, sometimes it's just for me. Next question. How did this passion for stainless steel cooking start? So as you guys know, I only cook on stainless steel pans. This started growing up at the Italian deli catering business, Papa Steel and Mama Steel. Owned a business growing up for close to 30 years in my city. Sold the business about 10 years ago. And I grew up in the kitchen learning how to cook. We couldn't use Teflon or nonstick pans even though it was a craze back then, because it'd be trashed the next day. One day of cooking or catering on those pans, it'd be all scraped up. So we had to cook on steel pans. We didn't use aluminum because those would warp all the time, so we had to learn to cook on stainless steel pans. Easy, I was just taught you have to preheat those pans, then put the oil down. So it started then because the food started tasting better. And one other event that really pushed it to the next level, which we'll get into later. Next question, who taught you how to cook? So I grew up in an Italian household. I used to be, and I never had babysitters, so when my parents were at work, I would be over my Nonna and Nono's house, my grandparents, and they always cooked. My Nonna was always in the kitchen cooking, and I had an interest in cooking. I'd always watch her and study her, and studied every move she did. When I wasn't cooking, I was watching cooking channels. While most kids were watching cartoons, I was watching cooking channels, and I absolutely loved cooking. So I learned from my Nonna, and of course, working at the Italian deli catering business, Papa Steel brought in a lot of chefs in the back. All sorts of people worked there, so I got a lot of experience from top chefs to home-cooked meals to Italian nonnas. So my style is kind of like Italian nonna cooking. Very simple stuff. Next question, what do you do for fun? What are your hobbies? So I love cooking on the high and the medium low with the world's highest smoke point oil, of course, and heritage steel pans. What I do for fun is I love to golf. I played on a junior tour growing up. I haven't been out as much as I'd like the past year or two. I've played golf since I was 10 years old. Other hobbies, I love taking care of my car. I love cleaning it every week, every Sunday. You may see some of my stories with me cleaning my black caddy, which I absolutely love. And I love to go to dinner. Every night cooking gets a lot, so I like to go out to a nice dinner at least once or twice a week. So eating with good family and friends and good company. And of course, spending time with my dog, going hiking with him. There's a few other things. Maybe we'll get into that in the next video. When did you start making content? So I started making Steel Pan Guy content about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I made one video on cooking an egg on a stainless steel pan. It blew up literally overnight. 8 million views within the next couple days, and I just let it go there. I left it there for a month. I didn't know what to do as it continued growing. A lot of people were online wanting to learn how to cook. Home cooks were on the rise. In that time, it was a big surge in wanting to learn how to cook. So I finally put another one out. That one got some traction as well. And then eventually I just started posting consistently every single day, and things really blew up this past year. And I appreciate all the support. Where did you start making content? So I started on TikTok. That's where it first blew up. Did that for 6 months to a year. Then finally I posted on Instagram recently, 6 months or so. And of course I added YouTube in. Started with TikTok as it did for a lot of creators you see on here. We have time for a couple more questions. The next question is, are you a professional chef? I don't consider myself a professional chef. I did take some culinary school. I had culinary cooking classes, but the best education in cooking I ever got was in the trenches, working in the Italian deli catering business alongside the nonnas. The other chefs that had 30, 40 years experience, and learning from them in the trenches, catering for thousands of people every week. That's where I got most of my education from. I got more out of that than I did culinary cooking and culinary school, although there's some benefit to that. But everybody knows when you want to further your education, they fly out to Italy to study with the nonnas, and I was so lucky to have that. Do you have kids? Nope, no kids, just a dog. Yo, come. Come here, boy. There he is, my Frenchie. that's about it for today. You can get other questions. If I'm married, am I single, and more about my personal life. If you want to know more, let me know. We'll do another Q&A. Otherwise, stay tuned, like and follow. I'm going to start doing longer form content here on YouTube and bringing you some pretty cool experiences. This is what Big Teflon doesn't want you to know.